Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from the Etherbios Clinic and Etherbios Yoga. We've had a little look at Pranayama before, Breathing 101. I'm going to look today at mudras. Now mudras are usually hand gestures and they feed information up into the brain and then down into the body. Now they can seem a little bit weird and flaky in the beginning, so what I'd like to do is use a few just to demonstrate something with the breathing. The effect can be quite subtle, but some of these can be quite profound if you relax and listen to the body. So we've looked at breathing lower, middle, upper, or abdominal, mid-chest and upper chest breathing in Breathing 101. So we're going to do a similar breath. But first of all, we're going to take quite an obvious mudra. If you just check both nostrils, the right and the left do different things in the body. They work with ionization in terms of what we know in modern life. In yogic terms, the right nostril is Pingali, and that relates to the sun energy, and that goes up into centers of the brain and feeds down into the spine. The left nostril is called Ida, and that relates to the moon energy, and that goes up through to centers in the brain and down the spine. Now in Indian philosophy, we look at many lines that are a bit like acupuncture meridians, but there's many lines through the body and 70,000 nadis. So I don't think anybody's mapped that many acupuncture points, but there are 70,000 nadis. So all these areas build into the brain. So generally through the day, each nostril has 2 hours that it's boss. It's a natural flow. We'll have more dominance on the right, followed by 2 hours of more dominance on the left. So what I'd like you to do is just check with your own nostrils and see which one is freer. Mine are pretty even at the moment because I've done a pranayama class already today. But if, for example, your right one was less free, then we want to free that up. So mudra for this, you take your hand as though it were a crutch and push it up into your armpit. Relax your arm down so that pressure into the armpit feeds into the brain and helps release that nostril. So while we've got the pressure up there as though you're leaning on a staff or a crutch, do some deep inhalations and exhalations through that nostril, and then have a look again and see. And generally, unless you've got a very blocked up nose from a cold, you'll get more balance between the two. So we want to press up on the side that is less clear. So then we'll get balance in the breathing, which is good for our exercises. So if it were the left one that were less free, we'd be pressing up under the left armpit, relax the shoulder down. We can just stay there and wait, or take some breaths in and breaths out, and just nothing forced. See what happens for yourself when you use that mudra. So we're going to look at the lower, middle, upper breathing that we did in Breathing 101, and we're going to take a mudra that's called Brahma Mudra. So it's made up of two others. We've got Adi Mudra, where we tuck the thumb in and wrap the fingers around. So we're going to do that on both hands. So that's like a fist with the thumb in between. Then we turn the hands over and we bring the first part of the knuckle together and relax the shoulders down. Now if that's not comfortable, you may need to put a pillow onto your lap to help support it. And if you can't get all the way because of wrist problems, just get where you can. The main thing is we want these two together. And then breathe. And watch for yourself when you're doing the lower, middle, upper, what happens. So we take it away and breathe in lower lung, middle lung, upper lung. If you haven't done this before, look at Breathing 101. And breathe out lower, middle, upper. Then with the mudra, Adi Mudra, thumb in, fingers around, turn the knuckles together. So we've got Brahma Mudra. And we breathe in lower lung, middle, upper. Breathe out lower, middle, upper. This facilitates the full breath. So nothing forced, but just notice what happens when you take this mudra and breathe fully. So another one that we're going to do is Shunya Mudra. So when we have the hands with the thumbs out at 90 degrees to the fingers and the fingertips together. And then we turn one hand over. So one's up and one's down. And you want to notice what happens. And then turn it up. Turn the other one over. Now this is said to work with the centers in the brain that feed down to one side of the lung and inhibit it. Now there are other ones I'll show you later to do with different parts of the lung. And it seems to me that it's not quite the way it says in the books, that it's going to shut down one side or the other side. I know that's what's written, but in my experience these mudras seem to be a bit like a switch. So find for yourself what happens when you turn one palm up and one down with the 90 degrees with the thumb to the fingers, one up, one down, and just notice for yourself which side of your lungs feels like it's breathing better. So I find that better than learning what it says in a book. Feel what happens in your body. So that's in facilitating one side of the lung more than the other. So that's a kind of Mudra 101. We've got the mudra underneath the armpit, where we're freeing the nostrils on that side, either Pingali or Ida, positive, negative, sun, moon, and getting that balanced breath. Some people would say that's very helpful with headaches, to have balanced ionization. Then we have Brahma Mudra, where we wrap the fingers around the thumb, Adi Mudra, both sides, turn them together. Facilitate the full breathing. And then we have Shunya Mudra, which is one palm up, one palm down. Thank you so much. Do play with those, experiment with them, get to learn what your lungs are like. Use the breath, use the mudras. And then in another video, I'll show you some more detailed mudras once you've got used to these ones. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please comment, like, subscribe, notify. I'd be happy to engage with you. Thank you so much. It's Lynn Bridgeford, Aether Bios.